All right, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you had a wonderful day. This week is going to be action-packed, but in a weird way. The main focus isn't going to be the CPI. So don't get me wrong, it's a very important event. We have that this week, and it has the possibility to cause a big reaction, but there is so much on the schedule this week. We really have to focus on more than one event, and I have something big for you. So what I have today, I got a breakdown of the week, and I ordered all of the events in terms of importance, and then I got 3 trades and 1 strategy to go over. So Chad, you know what I need. A thumbs up on the video. Make sure you're subscribed. And if you don't know, we are live Monday through Friday, 30 minutes before open, youtube.com/the stock market. We are live every day and for the CPI, because I'm going to give you a breakdown later this week. We will have that whole event live, baby. So let's go. And today is Sunday. Tomorrow is Monday. This is the random account generator. If you do not know what we ask on this watch list, you post a random option trade in the comments. Keep it below $100, and we are going to buy it in the morning. Post the strike price, expiration date, all of that. Random picker. You do it. You help us out, and we need some plays, man. So come on. But that's it, baby. So let's go. Get ready for Monday. Run it.
Walking to the couch, it's the 2020 last. Live in the hills, but I still get a spread. Started with a live, but I still reinvest it. Feel how I feel, then you feel like a blessing. I just want the lesson, I just want protection. I'm up and I'm down, but they sound like progression. Farmer never plans if he waits for perfection. Finger to the down, hold it.
All right, sorry for yelling at you, but right off the bat, the main events this week in order of importance, you're going to have the ECB on Thursday. And remember, this is my order. I think the ECB on Thursday is the most important event. Wednesday, you have the CPI, the ZEW index on Tuesday. Remember this one, it's like the business sentiment in Europe. This is important because we have been talking about Europe recession and all of that good stuff. And then also on Wednesday, you're going to be getting retail sales and producer prices. Then China on Thursday night, industrial production. And then to top it all off, we are going to be having consumer sentiment on Friday. So like I told you, this is my order. ECB on Thursday, Wednesday CPI, ZEW on Tuesday, retail sales and PPI on Wednesday, and China production on Thursday alongside consumer sentiment on Friday. That is 6 events. Now, there's also going to be UK labor data and more industrial data in the US, but with what we saw last week, these macro data events really have the ability to move the market. So what I really want you to get out of this is just don't overlook the one that's going to move everything. Don't focus on just one. If you remember last week or throughout the last 3 to 4 weeks, it was like we waited for Powell, but then we moved ahead on the JOLTS reports. We waited for the non-farm payrolls, but then we ended up moving bigger off of ISM services. So keep that in mind. You have all of these 6 different events, and they all have the ability to move things. And now to the main point of what we're saying, the CPI is going to be important, but there is enough opportunity this week to react way bigger before and after. And now, which event is going to cause that? Or in my case, I'm asking which event is going to be the sleeper. And that, my friend, it's the ECB. That's what I've been telling you. So like I've told you already, everybody knows about the CPI. It's always the big event. But why the ECB holds so much weight this time around is simply because they have yet to pause rates. Every single meeting since July of 2022, the ECB has raised interest rates and hasn't stopped. Compare that to the United States and everyone else, even how we view it. We kind of all believe that even Powell's going to pause. The ECB has been nonstop. So this is important on a central bank level in terms of decisions, but now this means a lot for the euro and dollar like we've been talking about, because you have to ask yourself, what happens if the ECB pauses on Thursday? Now, since July 2022, they pause interest rates. What's going to happen? The euro is probably going to weaken. And now if the euro starts to weaken, what happens to the dollar? If you've been listening this last week, we were talking about the euro and pound holding up the dollar and how it doesn't make the China yen stuff look that awful just yet, but that could all change this week. Not only do you have the ECB and the rest of the events, but this could be a big event. So let me simplify it for you. The ECB is the big event this week because if they pause and if they actually do go about changing policies, that will be the catalyst for a weaker euro and then a stronger dollar. The stronger dollar has been a problem. If they end up raising rates, people could still end up being bearish about that, and even we freak out in the United States, but that could possibly be a better outcome in terms of the euro and dollar, since it wouldn't make the euro weaken. It would actually probably strengthen it. So there's also a chance too that investors react positively. Let's say the ECB tomorrow or on Thursday, they end up pausing. Investors might like that for a little bit, but what I want you to see here, the focus will probably be the dollar when it's all said and done. So that's your theme of the week, my friends. I will definitely recap the CPI before we get into it, but I think this is a very good place to start. So let us get into the plays. So right off the bat, the plays are simple this week. I got 3 stocks, and they are all related to ex-dividend: Coca-Cola, Altria, and MPW. The best part about this is that they are all within 1 day of ex-dividend, Tuesday and Wednesday, and they all range in terms of quality. Even better, if you haven't noticed, there's been a lot of Dow plays or even value plays that have also been kind of murder. I guess the Dow doesn't look that bad, but go look at Coca-Cola, MPW, MO. A lot of these value or retail-oriented plays, they have absolutely been beaten down. So there's a good incentive to buy, but that's like the risk right there. So the strategy is very simple. Buy before ex-dividend, flip out after securing the dividend. If the dividend pays out more than the cost of a put, you make it free. So let's say Coca-Cola, if the put right at the money where your price is 15 cents and the dividend is 20 cents, you could buy a put, still get free dividend. And if it goes down, you could even play both ways depending on how you're holding the shares. So this is what I've done before. I even made some of this play on Friday. I ended up going with MPW. I know I've been hesitant with how they've been playing out, but I'm using this as my last ditch effort to get out of my flip shares, not the long term. I averaged down. I bought 3,000 shares at 665. I think I have 5,000 total now. I'm at like 770. And the idea is ex-dividend, if we get the bid or even some of the payment, and if I could secure it, we get in and then we get out and then do our thing. And if it goes down before and we don't get the move, then I'm going to book the loss and then go home a loser. Now, that's play 1. I already have MO from a couple of weeks ago, so I'm going to be writing that one out. But ideally, depending on how this week plays out, I am going to be watching just a lot of these value plays, because if things end up good off of CPI and the events and there's an ex-dividend play and people start to get some relief, I'm really going to like that. But also, things will get very shaky. If this week gets bad, the macro's bad, and we go after ex-dividend plays, you got to see that could kind of wind you into trouble, especially if we have bad retail sales, consumer data, all of that other stuff, and then it gets all crazy, and then we go from there. But Chad, that's pretty much all of it. That's all I have for you. There's nothing else. I'm telling you, we are going to go over the CPI right before. We got to take the data in. We'll see if this week's all about China, but like I'm telling you, the economic calendar is packed. So I hope you're ready, but that is your watch list, ladies and gentlemen. Make sure hydrate healthy, ready to go. Make sure post your watch list. Make sure we see you there in the morning. I need the armor on. I need the helmet shining. And I need you to remember to claim it. You know why? Because you become what you think about. You want it out here where you can hit it on the table and feel it? Yeah, it has to start up here, baby. Mentality, mindset. You need the energy and endurance. Make it to the end of the year, because, bro, we about to start another one. Let's go. Long-term 10%. You ready? And what you learn already, man? I'm telling, one more month and it's the end of the year. Stop playing with me. All right, I'm leaving. That's it. You know, you see so much news this week. That's why I had to wear this. Okay, I'm gonna go. That's it. You get a good weekend. I'm relaxed. That's it. I got this. I did a lot of stretches. You know, I did shoulder stretches this week. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, somebody know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm saying? This is for the real. You two, if you know, I don't have to say nothing, man. If I do this, you know, I'm leaving. I'm Horn. I love you.